Hey, how's it going guys? Welcome back to the channel. Crimsonpanda here with another Mercenaries video. Now in today's video I want to showcase a couple of comps that I think are going to be pretty good on day one of Chromie coming out. So these comps are going to include other new mercenaries that we require from the reward track. These are untested, but these are just ideas that I've thought of that might be able to use this mercenary in those comps. So let's head over and check out the two comps that I have come up with. Okay, so this is the first comp that I've come up with, and what you might be thinking is this is very similar to the arcane build at the moment, and the idea behind that is it is. So Chromie is unfortunately an arcane mercenary, so if she's going to go into any deck, it's going to be one of those, and there isn't many equipment you're going to be choosing for her. So you have the Stroke at Midnight, which is Battlecry activate, change the timeline for 1 turn, and it goes on cooldown for 2 turns. Unfortunately, there isn't enough units with a fast ability you want to be using on turn 1 in order to take advantage of that, because majority of them start on cooldown. So the only way that would work is if it came off the bench with some really slow mercenaries that you can benefit from that, and there just isn't enough out there to be able to do that in my opinion. But there is one unit that can, and that is Tess, because of princess power. Once you manage to get what I'm capable of, this is going to be a 10 speed, so the idea there is you can use it as soon as Chromie comes out. So we're going to be going Medivh, Blinkfox and Khadgar, because these are the 3 units that obviously work well in an opener, and they also have enough stuff to be able to get off a lot of the what I'm capable of by using 12 unique abilities, mainly thanks to Blinkfox having the Mind Thief. You can use that once or twice during the game to obviously have 2 different abilities, and then Khadgar is obviously the biggest one because Blizzard, half fire, and then obviously his next 2 abilities are unique abilities as well. So that's going to help with Tess's princess power. And then we also have Ysera with the Emerald Dream. That has 3 options that you can then start filtering down. The only thing I will say about this is that you will obviously need to keep track of how many abilities you're using, so that when Tess does come out with Chromie, you don't waste that important turn to be able to play what I'm capable of. But Ysera again also has the Emerald Oracle, which has 2 different abilities, so it's really good to have this one and Khadgar, and there's no better comp to try it in, or use it in, sorry, than this arcane one. So that's kind of the idea. You want to be using Chromie to get Tess's princess power off first instead of last, and then hopefully Tess can then snowball the game with whatever abilities it chooses. And there, if you change the timeline on turn 1 just before Tess comes out, or on the same turn as Tess, and then maybe you need to still use a different ability to activate the princess power, you run Tools of the Trade, so you have that ability with the first 2 abilities that Tess has, and then you will have a 10 speed what I'm capable of for the next 2 turns, which is really, really cool. So hopefully that works. Using a meta comp to add a new mercenary is obviously going to work, probably, hopefully, we will find out. Okay, so next up, the comp that I'm most excited about to try out with Chromie is this Arcane Gnome. So as you'll notice, there's only 5 mercs here because Chromie is the other merc. So you're going to be opening with Nemsy, Scabs and Chromie. Now, Chromie is going to have the equipment Body Euphoria, which gives your gnomes +10, +20. So Chromie is going to obviously not be maxed straight away when we try this, so it's going to be I believe it's going to be a 384, but that will go to a 1394, and then you're going to have Nemsy, which is going to be an 1885, and Scabs is going to be a 2391, 23101 unit. So very big stats on your gnomes. And then you also have Millhouse, which is a gnome, which is why we're running the arcane bench, because this is going to be 16 and 94, so really big gnomes basically. So we're using Nemsy. Now on turn 1 you're going to Bognomatic. You're going to do that onto Scabs, so that Scab scales even more, and then you're going to Tactical Strike with Scabs, attacking an enemy, getting off that combo as well because you're 3 cost, and then you're going to be using Chromie to change the timeline so that all of your slower abilities will act first. So then on turn 2, you're going to either Wicked Stab. Now Wicked Stab is going to be a 9 or 10 speed, I can't quite remember, dealing 20 damage to a unit. And then hopefully with the Chromie, you can use the Rewind ability, which is deal 17 damage to a character. Death Blow, its neighbors go last. So if you're targeting the middle mercenary and you manage to get the Death Blow off with Chromie, which is kind of where we're going with this, then the next turn you're going to be going first no matter what, other than possibly one unit, because you would have killed something, so something would have come off the bench. So that is the idea for the opener. Obviously running Boggy Moss to be able to protect your scabs once he attacks, and also keep your Chromie alive if that's the way you want to go with protecting it with Boggy. And then the bench is basically just an arcane bench, so we're using Medivh because of the arcane rift is very strong. You have the runes to stop any fast stuff in the late game. Millhouse because he's got the extra stats with because of Chromie, and then obviously the arcane synergies with Millhouse is really strong, doing AoEs, making things lose stealth, or just even going from missiles dealing random damage is possible, especially if Chromie's still alive, and that's going to be going first. And then we have Blink Fox. Obviously Mana Blink will activate first if you decide to do that. The Mind Thief is always good, and obviously Medivh and Blink Fox go hand in hand, with the Arcane Flame being a powerhouse, especially in the opener. Not sure how it's going to work on the bench. I can't wait to try this comp to find out. I don't believe any of these comps are going to be meta breaking comps, but we definitely want to be trying Chromie out once we get her. So that's kind of the two comps I was going down, and they're what I'm going to hopefully try and get some videos out in the future. Starting on Tuesday, hopefully I'm going to grind the hell out of her to try and get her playable. Okay, so they are the two comps I have planned for Chromie. Hopefully you guys like them and give them a go. If you do like them, I will try and get some comp codes out for them once she goes live. Obviously I can't do that now because we don't have a code, because it's not a complete build, but as soon as she's out I will put some deck codes up in this video and in the video with the gameplay of these two comps as well. So I hope you like this theory craft of the new mercenaries coming out. I hope to do some more of these in the future once we get more new mercenaries. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up, so that we have more people watching, more people playing mercenaries, and more importantly it supports me and the channel that I'm trying to build. And hopefully I can do this full time soon, and that would be awesome, and I'll be able to pump out even more videos. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.